to all of my friends. Excuse me. Hello, all my friends. It's an amazing day, a busy day, and it's special because it's not often here in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin, that we have Cousins Maine Lobster coming in here. There's like a food truck. Some of you know Cousins Maine Lobster, I think is what it's called. Well, they're coming to little old, Podunk, USA, Wisconsin today. So you better believe I'm gonna get my lobster rolls later on. So, anyways, let's see what today's question is. Yesterday was a fun one, asking about my parents and which one I most closely resemble. But today's question is, if you could choose one book as a mandatory read for all high school students, which book would you choose? This is a great question. Oh my gosh. If you could choose one book as a mandatory read for all high school students, which book would you choose? Do I have to pick one? Come on, man. You can't do that to me. Well, all right. Let's just get this out of the way. The one would be my book, the one that I authored, which, shameless plug, is called Cannonball: The 12 Success Principles Children Can Teach You About Life and Business. Go to www.jake-dixon.com to order yours today. How did I do? So, of course, you got to read my book. But aside from that, all right, let's see. I am a book fanatic. I listen to books on audible.com more than I read them. This is really hard, but let me just give a few. Is that okay? Can I just give a few? So my all-time number one favorite book, other than my own, is The Traveler's Gift by Andy Andrews. I highly suggest listening to that one if you're able. Reading it is obviously fine, but the way he uses his voice and changes it up and gets you really into the character, I couldn't stop listening to it. And it is wonderful. It's about the 7 decisions for success, and he uses a great story to illustrate what that is. It's a fantastic book, The Traveler's Gift. So I don't know if that one would be exactly what I would choose for all high school students. I mean, maybe, sure. I think a very important one is Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. Learning how to understand money on a very basic, fundamental level. But Profit First would definitely be one because I don't think that's taught enough in schools, like real world money and respecting money and increasing your financial IQ. I think some other great ones. I mean, gosh, there's so many. Just a lot of people are going to probably say Think and Grow Rich. I'm not. I don't know. Not always. I've never been a huge fan of that one necessarily, but I have a lot of respect for it. So, what's another? Just absolute must read. 4 Disciplines of Execution would be a good one. Yeah, I don't know. I just because of the wisdom and insights and stuff, I could go very, very practical and tactical, like something like Profit First, or just personal growth, development, mindset, all that stuff. And maybe I'll just stick with The Traveler's Gift for now. Second to Cannonball. But man, if any of you watching this right now ever need a great book recommendation, let me know. I can probably refer you some. And just know this, I am also not the type who likes to flex this just for the sake of flexing. No offense, but some people, I think, say, well, I read 102 books this year. Well, BFD, man, who cares? Unless you're implementing all of that and you've mastered even just one of them, what does it matter? I'd rather read one book a month. Heck, I'd rather read the same book every month 12 times for the year. Because every time I read a book, the classics, and you just come back to these things, you hear something different. You're in a different stage of business, different stage of life. And I don't want to just rush through books to say I read it and on to the next. I'm always pulling out things and implementing what I've learned. So where's the fire, man? No rush on that. So, but seriously, I've read and or listened to hundreds and hundreds of books. So if you're ever needing something in a particular lane, let me know. Happy to always make some personal recommendations to you. So what about you? What book would you say every high school student should have to read as a mandatory thing in school? I would be fascinated to hear what you have to say.